Welcome back everyone to this translation series for Final Fantasy VIII, wherein I compare the Japanese and the English versions of the game by placing them side by side and analyzing the differences. In the first video we only actually covered Squall waking up in the infirmary and him going for a little walk with Quistis, in addition to of course introducing this translation analysis project. In this video however we will be entering the classroom, all the while fantasizing about going to school there. No? Just me then? Well, anyway, before we get started, just a quick reminder that if you feel like Final Fantasy VIII, a game that is now more than 20 years old, still deserves this kind of in-depth content, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. You can even share the video. Just show your support in any way you feel comfortable with in order to help this project along. I do believe that the Final Fantasy VIII fandom is strong enough to actually sustain a project like this, but it does mean that we need to get people on board in any way we can. So how about showing some school spirit? Shh, the teacher is coming. Ohayo minna. So this is how it's going to work. We're going to play through the game in Japanese, and I have individually cut out and copied every single English text box in the game so that we can compare them to the Japanese ones. I also provide an alternative translation that is usually intended to be a little bit more literal, even though it's not always the most natural way to say things. And of course, if you have any comments or insights about the text in the video, don't hesitate to leave a comment, because this is intended not only as an analysis for the study of Final Fantasy VIII's translation, but also as a resource, if anyone would like to add something to the analysis or offer a different point of view. Also, if you're studying Japanese, don't be afraid to ask questions about the text in the comments, and I'll do my best to help you out. But let's get on with the class. まず今日の要点からね。昨日から噂になってるみたいだけど、シード選考の実地試験が夕方からスタートします。You can of course always pause the video if you want to take a closer look at something, but I will try to keep things moving a bit, unless there is something in particular I think is worth mentioning. One thing to note here is that the Japanese version says that the mission will begin in the evening, while the English version says it will begin in the afternoon. Let's just keep this in mind as we continue. 試験に参加する人、先週の筆記試験で失敗しちゃった人はここで実習。試験に参加する人は夕方まで自由時間。いつもの訓練以上に念入りに準備しておくこと。16時ホールに集合、各班のメンバーを発表します。This is where the afternoon versus evening difference might be coming from, since they are meeting up at 1600 hours or 4 o'clock in the afternoon to announce the team members. Also, I feel like the Japanese version in this case is clearer on what is actually going to happen when they meet, because team assignment can sound like either an assignment that a team is meant to complete or the assignment of members to a team, the second being more accurate in this case. So the mission doesn't technically start until a bit later, I believe. Okay? それからサイファー。練習の時は相手に怪我をさせないように以後気をつけなさい。I hate this table. それじゃあ試験参加者とは後で会いましょう。それからスコール、話があるからここに来てちょうだい。Running inside is my favorite thing to do. あなたまだ炎の洞窟に行ってないわね。The fire cavern could also have been translated as the flame cavern. At least that would be appropriate to the degree that we understand flames as being more fiery than just fire. Just look at the kanji. This is the kanji for fire and it's read as he, but this is the kanji for flame, read as hono. And as you can tell, flame is just double fire, so twice as much fire, meaning that the fire cavern or the flame cavern must be really on fire. Sounds like really hot stuff to me. あの課題をクリアしないと今日のシード試験には参加できないわよ。けど行こうと思ったんだ。でもサイファーが。何が正当な理由があるの？別に。And we have another Betsuni, so it's time to bring out the scores. The current score being 2 points for Betsuni, while whatever hasn't made a single appearance yet. Can whatever turn it around and solidate its place as Squall's ultimate catchphrase? I guess we will have to wait and see. But Bethany is coming hot right out the gate. それじゃあ、これから一緒に行くわよ。自信がなかったら学習用パネルで復習してからでも OK よ。It's very interesting to me that the Japanese and the English lines are practically identical here, because in the Japanese version, you actually have to use the study panel, which is something I forgot to do this time around, and I will pay for it later. But even though you have to use it in the Japanese version of the game, the Japanese version doesn't really tell you, but rather, just like in the English version, checking the study panel is posited more as a suggestion than as a prerequisite for moving forward. 私は正門で待ってるから準備ができたら来なさい。学習用パネルは自分の席で見られるはずよ。Again, I feel like the Japanese version should just tell me to use the study panel, since you have to do it. No, I'm not bitter or angry, just disappointed. 羨ましい。私もその課題受けたいわ。トリープ様にお怪我があったらトリープ FC が許さないわよ。So the ever so cool trappies are known in the Japanese version as the Toripu FC, FC standing for fan club. And now I want to ask, as a teacher myself, where is my fan club? Where are the students that are worried about me getting hurt? トリープ先生と二人きり。And that's the end of this video. Let me know down in the comments if you would prefer longer videos or whether these bite-sized videos are okay. Next time we will be meeting Selphie as well as Cypher and his gang, in addition to just running around Balam Garden and talking to people. So stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching. Hope to see you again. And thanks for all your support.